Hey, what's up, Form? It's Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, and you know what? I've actually never been to White Castle before. Uh, I've seen the movie. The food looks delicious, but none of their fine establishments are near or around where I live. I think the closest thing I've had to a White Castle burger is their microwavable stuff, and obviously that's not going to be as good as what they sell at stores. And they were appetizing, but I had them at like 2 in the morning, and I had been drinking. And most food, when you're really hungry at that point in time at night when you've been drinking, is delicious. Taco Bell at 2 in the morning when you've been drinking is delicious. So not really a good situation to gauge the quality of their food. But maybe one day I'll go try some real White Castle burgers and see if they taste any good. But enough about little tiny tasty burgers. You guys are probably wondering why in the world I have Homefront gameplay up. And I mean the game's been out what 3-4 months now, so I mean I'm the last horse to cross the finish line. But I put this gameplay up because, to be honest, I've got to eat crow. And to explain, when the game first came out, I didn't have any interest in it whatsoever. I didn't think it looked any good. Just the reviews that came out about it, they were positive. I think Metacritic gave it what, like a, I'm guessing here, but I think it was around a 70%. I mean, it didn't have negative reviews. It was fairly positive, but they just weren't good enough, in my opinion, to affect my decision in purchasing the game. I mean, it was just, they were good, but they weren't great, and it just felt like with a market that has been flooded with first-person shooters lately, it just felt like another run-of-the-mill shooter to me. It just looked like that, and I didn't want to get it. But about 2 weeks ago, EA, I think they're the publisher of this game, they released a multiplayer demo. And in that demo, you have access to 2 of the multiplayer levels, 2 of the game modes. I think it's like TDM and a variation of Domination. And you get to level up to 10, or level 10 in this game. So you get a little leeway in terms of class development, and you can really get a chance to see how this game plays and try it out. And I figured, I'll download it. It's free. I know a couple people that are downloading it as well. Why don't I give it a shot? And I've been having a lot of fun with it. It kind of sucks that I'm finding this out now, because I probably would have purchased the full retail copy if I knew what I know now. I might even still pick up the game. I'd have to see how much it costs used, and I know EA does that stupid online pass thing, and if that's kind of expensive, I might not do it. And I don't even like the online pass in principle, so I might not get it. But I will say the demo has been a lot of fun. It's not doing anything too innovative. In fact, I feel like it's just a clone of Bad Company 2 and Call of Duty. But what I will say is they take a lot of the strong features from both of those games, bring it together, and make a pretty fun formula. What it takes from Battlefield Bad Company is large-scale vehicular combat. You've got large maps, you've got 16 versus 16 player gameplay versus 12v12. And I think, honestly, I hope Battlefield, I know it's not going to happen, but I wish Battlefield 3 would do this on consoles, bump it up to 16 versus 16. They've got dedicated servers, they've got a lot of vehicles, they've got Abrams, Little Birds, Apaches, Humvees, APCs. So yeah, large-scale combat. But I know one of the problems that people had with Bad Company 2 is the pacing. They said, levels are too large and you spend a long time running around trying to get into combat. And also they said the controls weren't very tight. I'll say these controls, they're not as tight or as responsive as Call of Duty, but I feel like they're actually better than Bad Company. So I like how the controls work in this game. And the other thing is they put the objectives, at least from what I've been playing so far, is they put the objectives in the center of the map, and both teams have to run to the center, to combat for them and take control over them. So it helps keep the pacing fast. I don't find myself doing a whole lot of running to get into action. I'm always not far away from the objective. So people that might have had pacing issues with Bad Company 2, that's not really the case in this game. The other thing I like in terms of what they do with the objective, it's kind of similar to Rush. When you win that first objective, as you can see we just did just now, it pushes the domination points back into their base, and now we have to fight for those objective points as well. And it's the first team to win 2 rounds. And I like this setup because the losing team, if they're getting steamrolled when they lose the first round, it puts those flags in their spawn. So they're the first team to get there. So they have a little bit of an advantage. They can capture them before we can. So it kind of adds a little bit of a balance if you're facing a team that's doing extremely well. And what else? The other thing, I guess, the stuff that it takes from Call of Duty is it's got kind of a kind of a kill streak system and a perk system. The perk system, you get a certain number of points, and each perk is valued at a number of points. So I've got 4 perks on my character, and each one of those perks is worth a point, but there's some perks that are worth 3 points, so you get a lot of customization. I like how that works. In terms of balance, I haven't tried all the perks yet, haven't played it enough to see if there's any like overpowered perk or anything like that, but so far I haven't had any issues in terms of weapon balance or perk balance whatsoever. And the other thing it does is it has a kill streak like system, but not in the same sense as Call of Duty. You don't have to kill people and not die in order to get some special ability or special vehicle. You just get points. As you probably noticed by now, I keep getting, you know, plus 150, plus 130, stuff like that. And those points don't reset as I die, or if I die. I can hold on to the points, and the only time I lose those points is when I spend them on something like a vehicle. In this situation, I bought a tank. So it promotes action. Like, there's no reason to sit in the back. If you sit in the back at camp and you don't do anything, you're not going to get many points. You're not going to be able to unlock stuff. And I think the other things you can unlock are like rocket launchers, UAVs with Predator missiles, personal UAVs, vehicles and stuff like that. So you know, I like that setup actually. It promotes a lot of action. It's a pretty nice setup. The other thing I like about this game is how you can handle vehicles. Even though I'm doing a horrible job in the Abrams tank. Normally I can get a lot of kills. The operator or some voice kept saying there was enemy armor in the area, and I didn't want to push in too deep, have the armor flank me and kill me, but I still die anyways. But one of the things I really like about this game in terms of vehicles is you've got the EMP grenade, and what that does is it shuts down all of their electrical systems for a couple seconds so they can't move anywhere, and it reduces their gun rotation speeds to like 20%. So if you need to run away from a vehicle that maybe caught you by surprise, you just throw that real quickly and they're immobilized and you can get out of there. Or if you want to take out a vehicle, you can purchase rockets and you can take them out. Normally I can take out vehicles by myself. It's a lot easier if you've got teammates helping you, but I can normally take it out by myself, and I like that a lot. For those of you who don't know, I'm not a huge fan of vehicles, even though I'm a big fan of Battlefield, all the Battlefields. I make it a point to try to take out vehicles if I can. If I see somebody tank whoring or kill whoring, I'll do whatever I can to take out vehicles. So this game, in that sense, is right up my alley. And I know another thing from Bad Company, it was really hard to take out the Apache, especially if someone's a really good driver. And here, you don't need to lock on to shoot them. You can use something called the proximity launcher, and what that does is when you shoot it into the air, it'll blow up if it's in the general area of the vehicle. And that works out really well, and it makes it very easy to take out aerial vehicles as well. So yeah, the vehicles are almost like they're not dominating in a sense, unless you don't do anything about it, but they don't absolutely dominate everything. You know, you can, if you put focus on taking out the vehicles, it's not impossible to take them out. So I like that setup. It's a lot of fun. So I guess what I will say, if you were ever interested in this game at all whatsoever, the demo's free. Give it a try, and you know, see what you think. Like I said before, I might pick up the full installment of this game. It really just depends on how much it costs used. And like I said, I don't like EA's online pass thing that they do. I don't really want to promote that system. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. Give it a try, and let me know what you guys think if you do try out the demo. And like always, guys, take it easy.